in my hand, I actually have a photograph. I'm actually triggering her memory with a photograph. Do you remember this person? Do you remember that person? I had a whole stack of stuff I brought her. You know, even with the photographs, but also documents. And again, she was so sharp, she just went to rally. She had 16 children. And then she had a brother that had 2 wives, and he had 12 children for each wife. So he had 24 children. And you know, when I'm sitting there interviewing, I say, you know, wow, the animals were like rabbits. She just thought that was so funny, you know. But it's amazing, you know. And she was so sharp, and she could tell me everyone, oh, that's so and so and so. And then all these years, we went to school with some Adams at St. Philip. And we only knew that they were cousins. And you know, Dad said, that's your cousin. Okay, well, how are we related? Nobody knew.
Nobody knew.
Well, it took me, what, I'm 55? I was 54 when I interviewed her and said, okay, now tell me, how are you related to Louis Adams? Oh, that's my grandfather. I'm like, okay, so that was the key to the puzzle. From that one statement she made and me being able to verify what she said, I was able to find at least 40 or 50 new names in my tree.
Wow.
Okay? So, and she was just excited about sharing this family history, almost like if she ready to pass it on to someone. And I don't know, I guess I was the one, you know. But it was great because it was a lot of history that she gave. I would get on the phone with her and interview her. And I mean, just the conversation. And then she said, well, you gonna call back tomorrow? I'm like, oh. I'm like, okay.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. But anyway, so you all get a clarification. Remember now, you have 2 parents. Everybody just have 2. I mean, these are, you know, I mean, we're not talking adopted. We're talking 2 parents. And your mother is a maternal side, and your father is paternal. So when you start hearing the veterans say, oh, maternal, that's my paternal grandmother. You're talking on your mom's side, okay? Most important because a lot of times you start hearing people saying, that's my maternal 3rd grandfather. Okay, that's 3rd generation from a grandfather. Okay, so remember you got the 3rd, the 2nd, and then some people can go back, you know, 7, 8, you know, I mean, who's really been doing some serious behavior trail. Somebody left, and if your folks was in the village, they were, well, nice for us if they were Catholic. There's a lot of records in the Catholic Church that they documented everything. Even during when folks were still in slavery, they still did baptismals and all that stuff, and they did the paper. But if you in military, like I just found Charles Brown, and he is, again, this is not even close to the file that I have on Charles Brown, but this is my carry file. So there's a lot of famous people out there that you can, I mean, again, there's public domain now that you can get a lot of information. This is Duke Ellington's registration for World War I. Okay, and then it tells you that he was age 19 when he signed the register, and you know where he lived and that type stuff. But you know, different records give you different information. The case, Supreme Court case with Homer Plessy. That's the original document that's online, so that's coming from the archives. Okay, it helps when you're telling your story. All right, we're gonna do another Did You Know? 5% of the world population lives in the U.S., but 22% of the world prison populated are held in the U.S. What does that tell you in 40s for black folks? That's a whole nother story. That's a documentary in itself. Okay. What are you looking for? When you go, I guess ideally is that when I look for a person, I'm looking for a family Bible. If there's a family Bible, that's the first place you want to look. Because that was actually written or done by a family member, and probably when it happened, okay? And I trust that over any of these other documents.